Hello Indie Game fan! October is probably the biggest month for games in 2022, with AAA titles including Overwatch 2, A Plague Tale Requiem, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, new Tales from the Borderlands, Bayonetta 3 and Modern Warfare 2. But indie games are no slouch either, beginning with Cultic, a boomer shooter with an impressive art style, made of course to emulate games from the past, but don't be fooled, it is about as modern as can be in terms of underlying tech and mechanics. You are resurrected from the dead and have to fight your way through members of a cult, utilizing a number of mid-century armaments in order to do so. I'm not quite sure why it was given the subtitle Chapter 1 in promotional art since it won't be an early access release, but might just indicate that there will be a Chapter 2 sequel later on. Before You Groan, Beneath Orisia is a roguelite deck builder, but framed as a fighting game with impressive art, and since I love this subgenre, I do have to give it a special mention. There is an interesting mechanic in the game where you choose one character as your main and another as a secondary, much like the system in Monster Train, so to see the possible combinations and how they complement each other is very interesting to me. If you love action-adventure games, Batora Lost Haven will be of interest, one that uses the two worlds dynamic in that our heroine starts off the game in quote-unquote modern times, but then upon coming to contact with a magical rune, gets transported to a new world. As you can see from the UI, there is an interesting dual meter system in the middle, where you're able to tap upon the power of sun and moon, used both in combat as well as traversal, where you take on environmental hazards. It looks pretty decent as well with good looking combat and doesn't appear to be loot driven like a Diablo game, but has impressed me enough to earn its spot. Fans of the channel will be familiar with Patch Quest, a monster taming action roguelite that is currently in early access, which I've covered on the channel before, so here's a reminder that it will be releasing in 1.0 next month. What I love about this game is the sheer variety, where there are plenty of monsters to tame, environments to explore, and even your own home base to cultivate and upgrade. Each type of monster is unique with their own attack patterns, and more importantly, allows you to access new areas Metroidvania style with a wonderful art style as well, making it not to be missed.
In the pursuit of immortality, I evoked a ritual of ascension. However, the Church of Zolar lay in wait. Their meddling trapped me in infernal torment. Years later, and more powerful than ever, I have returned.
It is finally here. Done Living is a pixel art necromancer action strategy title that I've had my eye on for a long time due to what else but the pixel art, where in line with Spooky Month, will be releasing on Halloween itself. I love playing as necromancers in games, and there have been a number of such titles, but none of which look as impressive visually. The variety of units that you can summon, as well as enemy types will be critical, as will the AI of these units, which wasn't super impressive in demo builds, so hopefully they got all of that cleaned up by now.
But even if I fall, death will not stop me.
While horror games are not usually my cup of tea, I do have a particular interest in Signalis due to its PS1 era art style, and where it is drawing from classics like the original Resident Evil in terms of scarce supplies and ammo and difficult to kill enemies. It does have some gorgeous pixel art portraits, as well as an intriguing story setup where you're a replica searching for her lost dreams, so let's see how far they go with the throwback in whether or not there will be tank controls.
Curiosity drives us forward, leading us to explore the known and challenge the unknown. Yet it also makes us forget our limits and attempt to control that which should never be touched.
I'm not sure if Asterigos Curse of the Stars qualifies as an indie game, since it might be more on the AA space, being a third-person action-adventure title that does look very impressive. It has you exploring a cursed city, attempting to uncover the secrets behind it, where there are plenty of enemies and bosses to battle in the process.
The righteous path is always fraught with danger. The curse of Aphis has proven this, and none of us should repeat the same mistake.
Combat is Souls-light, inspired but perhaps not quite as punishing, where the developers note that every action matters in determining the fate of the city. It comes to us from a Taiwanese developer and is being published by Tiny Build, who have a good record when it comes to indies, so chances are this will be pretty good. A great looking management sim is Potionnomics, one that has you running a potion shop, equipping adventurers with the concoctions that they need in order to be successful. It looks like it's for fans of shopkeeping sims, but in addition to that, does layer on additional mechanics in addition to the selling. Firstly, selling potions turns into a deck-building combat section where you're able to use various cards to convince the customer and to get the best price. You can also hire adventurers to gather ingredients, as well as romance fellow vendors in town, with some awesome animations and character models, and should be great. Coral Island was high on my list of upcoming games like Stardew Valley for a good reason, since this farming sim title looks absolutely delightful, and while it is nothing revolutionary, does look very cozy. As a new farmer on this enchanted island, grow crops, fish, mine, and craft, while getting to know the local townspeople, where the innovation here is that there are underwater exploration sections with an environmentalist theme as you clear up pollution. There's also combat in the mines in a very Stardew Valley kind of manner, with an evil polluting corporation being the main antagonist, but it sure looks like it's for farming game fans. Old habits die hard, so of course I'm most interested in 9 Years of Shadows, a long-in-development Metroidvania that has really glammed up over the course of its development, since this is a far cry from its original Kickstarter trailer. The action looks fluid, the 3 elemental armors and their respective abilities provides variety, and has some of the most impressive boss and enemy designs, with super impressive pixel art as well, and I can see it being on this list of the best if everything goes right.